welcome back. Almost time to go, Timmy. But
Can't believe
big
it's
show.
over.
That's a big program, mate. We had to. I was really impressed with Flipper.
Yeah.
I like Flipper. Flipper knows what he's talking about as far as cricket goes, and I think that is going to be a pretty exciting series, the Test match series coming up. No doubts about it. But I'm not a great Warner man. I've never been a great Warner man. I think watching him play sometimes you go, wow. Just, I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know what it is. But I personally wouldn't open with him.
Yeah, it's a really difficult time when a player that's been very successful comes towards the end of their career, just how it ends.
Yeah.
And some of them just haven't gone out well.
Yeah.
And some of them have gone out kicking and screaming. They didn't want to go out. So to manage that, I reckon sometimes as the player, you probably got to read the tea leaves before they do, and then make sure you get your hand up at the right time to get out. So
true,
it's just been a really difficult few months, I think.
Yeah.
The Indian series didn't help.
Yeah.
And Travis Head got his opportunity up the top of the order. I think we all went, wow, this could be the future.
Yeah.
Also, I just reckon the selectors for Australia, don't be playing funny buggers when it comes to this series.
No, quite agree.
They
Couldn't
did
agree
it.
more.
They did it with the shock dropping of Travis Head in that first test in India,
which was a disgrace.
And I reckon it just threw everything off its kilter, and nobody was in agreement with it.
It was a disgrace.
And it was almost as if, we can do what we like. He's just come off the back of a player of the series, and you go and do that.
Fourth best player in the world.
It was just, not on. So then eventually it takes them a while to recover, and I think they finished off the Indian series pretty well.
They did, yeah.
So now we go into this, World Test Championship.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a huge one. And as years go on, you heard sort of Flipper say that prestige will grow.
Yeah.
Win that, get into that Ashes series with confidence, but get in there with the team that you want.
Yeah, a team that can win. I agree with you with Head. See, personally, I think Travis Head should captain Australia. If he can make the decision now, he's young, get him in, bang, he's a good captain.
Yep.
There's no doubt he's a good captain, and he can play. Don't ever drop him again.
No.
I mean, what got me about him being dropped, Tim, was that nobody paid a price for that.
Yeah.
Nobody paid a price. There was no, okay, who did that? Who made that decision? Put yourself in this position, mate. I always thought, I wish that I was sitting in that meeting when they said, right, here's the team, we're going to drop Travis Head. I was sorry, excuse me, what are you doing? The fourth best Test batsman in the world at the moment, and you're going to drop him.
Yeah.
So no one paid a price for that.
Nah.
And like you said, don't mess about with this Ashes. Don't do that. Don't rest blokes here and all this sort of stuff.
We've got to get early wins.
You got to pick your best side, straight in there, first test, bang, here we go.
Attack 'em.
Because if you don't, the Bazball's going to run all over you.
Yeah.
They will. The Poms will run all over.
They're looking
the
forward to
Aussies.
it too, because they know they got that little Jukes ball that can swing around everywhere.
All over the place, mate. It does go all over the place too. Only the really good players can.
It's only a few of us.
Not many of us left, mate. Not many of us left. That's for sure. Now, quickly, let's get into the footy because I'm a bit angry with what's going on with a lot of teams at the moment. Copping it from our blokes in white and yellow and red and pink and purple and whatever they wear, but I reckon we've got some interpretations wrong. They're getting too over the top now with the holdings and you got to hold here.
It's the hardest game, I reckon, in the world to umpire.
Of course it is.
So we make it hard for the people going into that role.
Yeah.
And then to make it worse, we'll tweak and change during the season.
During the season.
How you can possibly umpire that, it's got too much grey in it, and it has had for some time now, and every time you change it, more grey comes into it.
Yeah.
And I think that, sometimes with the reporting or the MRO as well, sometimes it always comes down to, is it a natural football action or is it something that shouldn't be done?
Yeah.
And sometimes people get hurt in natural football collisions.
Yes.
That's different to doing something deliberately.
Yeah.
So we're getting that mixed up. We're getting our interpretations of free kicks, either being paid or not being paid. I think it's very hard on umpires because they have to carry this can of this constant change.
Yeah.
We've got to get it right. I think the 4 umpire thing we've played with now, I don't think it's working.
Back to 3.
Get back to 3 quickly. And, I went out and watched some amateur footy on the weekend. you watch it and they let it go.
Yeah.
And you go, that's
Yeah.
the way it used to be.
That's the way it should be
Only
played.
pay the very obvious.
Yeah, that's right.
And spectators love that.
And I couldn't agree more. If you look at the SANFL, I think it's pretty similar. It's just
I agree.
And the Adelaide Footy League, you go and watch that.
Yep.
It's a different game of footy. It's a totally different game of footy. There's none of that ticky touch.
Just the obvious.
You do that and whatever. And of course the dissent and all this other rubbish that's been going on. I agree. Hardest game in the world probably to umpire. But really, you've got to start to look at umpires that have actually played, so they get the feel for that accidental contact or the deliberate contact. You know, if they haven't played the game, they're going to struggle with that.
Did you umpire post your career?
I umpired one game, yes, and never again. So I've got full respect for the umpies. Absolutely full respect. Time for us to go, Timmy.
All right,
thanks very much. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Tim Jennifer was my special guest today. Thank you very much for sticking around to the SA Sports Show, and we look forward to catching up with you next week. Bye for now.